my video for the IE application. I chose the first question because I wanted to talk about an experience which I genuinely feel changed my perspective on how I deal with challenges in my daily life. Last year I took part in the Gold Premio in Gredos in Spain. What that consists of is that we had to travel a total of 85 kilometers. However, we had to have a distance goal every day. So on day 1 we traveled from point A to point B, and day 2 from point B to point C, to so on until we completed the 85 kilometers. So when we embarked on the journey, the only thing we had to complete this experience was a map, a compass, bearing readings, and the most important factor of all, we had a group of friends in which we could share ideas and be able to motivate each other. Incredible journey. However, the most challenging part of them all was on the 3rd day when we lost our map. And what that caused is that we got lost for a total of 6 hours, walked for a total of 11 hours consecutively, and I cannot explain the frustration and the wave of disappointment that I got when I realized that we climbed the wrong mountain and now had to go down that mountain and climb a new one. So I had a turning point, which went from having the wave of disappointment to being motivated to actually complete the journey. And that moment was when I essentially had a bit of a breakdown halfway down the first mountain. What happened is I put my backpack on the floor, sat down and cried. I full on cried. I was sleep deprived, I was tired, and I was just crying. And at one point, you know what I realized? Crying wasn't gonna get me on top of that mountain. And so I picked my backpack up and I continued. And that's when I realized the importance of our mind and how it not only controlled but overpowered my body. I feel like the situation taught me a skill that will come useful in my daily life, because it wasn't just a physical strain. It was mainly an emotional challenge that I had to overcome. And I feel like it was the factors of my friend's motivation and my inner strength of wanting to complete this challenge that allow me to understand how the physical strength and emotional strength go hand in hand in the future and daily life. And I feel like this would be a skill that will come extremely useful in the future when having to deal with problems either in a business environment or outside. For example, when having to apply for an internship or when you're abroad, and I will have to compete against a number of people, and I will remember the skills that I learned in the Gold Premio, that I have to persist and I have to continue and be motivated and overcome the barriers. On the 4th day, quite a funny thing happened to us. We were at the camp and 2 cats started appearing next to our tents. Before we knew it, they were following us on our path to the next point. I thought it was quite funny at the start because we never thought that cats would keep up to the pace that we would. We had the responsibility of either taking them back or bringing them with us to safety to the next camp. Extremely difficult when we encountered some cows, because we were not aware that cows and cats do not get along. So what happened is we were walking with the cats in our hands because we started getting tired, and these cows saw them and came racing in our direction. And the decision was to hide the cats in a bush so that the cows would not see them, and wait for the cows to leave, to then come and get the cats and leave safely. This is more than just a funny story. I feel like there's a lot of messages and skills that can be learned from the situation. First of all, the feeling of responsibility, of being able to accept responsibility for others and for quick decision making, because when a cow is racing in your direction, pointing their horns at you, you don't have much time to make a decision. Well, I feel like this can relate to in the future when having to make fast and important decisions in the business world. And these are the skills that I want to use in the business administration course at IE University.